us now is Sierra Devoe, the Executive Director of Project Rise on the MegaCast. It is one of 269 charities and nonprofits supported by Share Detroit. You can learn more information at sharedetroit.org. Sierra, thank you for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate having you on. So first, tell us a little bit about your organization, about Project Rise, its mission, and how it helps people here in southeastern Michigan.
Yeah, so Project Rise was created as a financial education resources for individuals looking to find financial independence and stability. As a 501c3 nonprofit, we are committed to providing affordable services to the working class that leads to long-lasting financial success. So that is how we help individuals throughout southeastern Michigan by really providing that financial education and accessible tools to really steer them towards financial stability.
And so what are some of those services and those tools that your organization provides to help them reach those goals or to achieve that financial literacy that is so critical to everyone, but especially those that are either unemployed or underemployed?
Yeah, so we have our personal finance tips blog, where we write on various topics about personal finance, from living paycheck to paycheck, how to budget, how to invest with limited cash, and so forth. We also have 2 financial coaching memberships. One is totally free, and the other one is $37 a month. And then we also have our financial webinars that we hold quarterly at the moment. We're trying to switch to monthly. And then we also have our social media challenges that we have monthly, along with our savings challenges.
We're joined by Sierra Devoe, the founder and executive director of Project Rise, joining us on the MegaCast. And so this organization, founded in 2018, of course, there's a great purpose behind it, and it does great work to help people achieve that financial literacy, and especially if they are living paycheck to paycheck, if they're in the working class and are struggling to make ends meet. These kinds of resources can be critical to them, just being able to maintain their life, let alone be able to build their finances to be able to get out of that situation and into a better situation for themselves down the road. And so for you, as the founder of the organization, give us a little bit of background about how you came to find this organization and build this and build this collection of resources to help working class people deal with some of these financial hardships that are unfortunately a part of our society.
Absolutely. So Project Rise was springboarded from my own personal story. I found myself financially struggling despite me taking the path that was supposed to guarantee improvement in my wealth and economic status. I went to college. I got the degree, and I got the 9-to-5 that was supposed to promise me to allow me to participate in the American dream. But unfortunately, that just was not my narrative. I was a social worker at a local nonprofit, and I was facing the same challenges that my clients were facing. I was facing not being able to make ends meet. I was facing not being able to, always buy food, all the same challenges that, were being presented to me as a social worker. But I found myself not being able to use the same resources that I was giving out because my income exceeded the income requirement level. So I was, just voicing my frustrations to my coworkers, because, your coworkers become your therapists. And they started laughing, not at me, but just at, I guess, me finally realizing that this was everybody's narrative. Like, this is how it was. This was the normal, People are struggling, and sometimes those people don't have a safety net, especially when it comes to, being able to get government assistance and different resources from different nonprofits. So from there, that's when Project Rise was birthed as a thought. I was just like, well, I'm going to be a resource for the working class. I'm going to be that resource for people who can't go to any other resource because their income makes them exceed the federal poverty level. So I didn't know what that would look like. I haven't even thought out a plan, but I just knew that I wanted to be a resource. So as I was dealing with my own financial issues, I started learning more, becoming more financially literate, reading books, watching all types of videos, anything that would expose me to becoming financially conscious. So, as I was doing that, I also was documenting my journey. And at the time, Project Rise was just a blog. So I was just writing down everything I was doing and how I was doing it. And it ended up helping people. I had someone tell me they were able to save up a security deposit for their first apartment. I helped my mom fund her emergency fund. So I was just like, wow, I'm really helping people with this. And then God kind of just showed me, like, this is what I want Project Rise to be a resource, a true resource that not only initiate change, but also sustain it. And I knew that I also didn't want to be the traditional nonprofit that had that transactional framework, like you get something and then you leave, but then you come back the next day. We did not want to be a revolving door. We really wanted to sustain change. So one way to do that is really to teach people about their finances and really get them engaged, how to use their money as a tool, because that will improve their life and give them back their self-autonomy to influence their own personal outcomes. So that is how Project Rise came about. It was my personal story that really springboarded it, and I'm truly thankful for the trials and tribulations that I faced because such an amazing nonprofit was birthed.
We're joined by Devoe, the founder and executive director of Project Rise. You can learn more information as well as access their resources, their personal finance tips, blog, and more by going to projectrise.net. That's also where you can learn more information on membership and supporting their cause as well. Projectrise.net. That's projectrise.net. And so one thing that I really love about your website, about these resources, is that not only are you providing those resources for financial literacy so that you can start to get those that are in low-income situations, that are living paycheck to paycheck, that are financially struggling, can begin to gain the knowledge that they need to attempt at least to get a grip on their finances and figure out a path forward. But on top of that, you have additional resources and kind of a step-by-step plan from building your financial literacy to then improving your financial situation and then continuing to improve your financial situation while also helping other people. And that step-by-step nature, I think, is really impressive. So as people start to emerge from the more difficult situation they may be in, living paycheck to paycheck with help from these tips and from taking action on what they learn, what additional resources then are provided down the line as you have built your finances and kind of got out of that difficult situation to then continue to learn and be able to really build on those principles, but also help other people along the way provided through your organization?
Yeah, so once they get themselves, they get a better handle on their finances, we ask them, what are your financial goals now? So each step, they have a set of financial goals, and we work at each goal that they have. So whether that's buying a house or investing more into their brokerage accounts or into their retirement accounts, whatever goals that they have, that's what we work on each step, because as you progress, of course, your goals are going to change. And we never try to, just keep anybody. If we know they would have better success at like maybe another agency, we'd be like, oh, try this agency out because they really focus on wealth management, or they really focus on what you're trying to do. So we're really just there to get them started and to push them, and then when they're ready to fly their wings, we give them the resources that's needed if they want to steer towards it, starting their own business, wealth management, and all other various endeavors that they choose.
We're joined by Devoe, the founder and executive director of Project Rise, a Share of Detroit-supported charity and nonprofit. Joining us on the MegaCast, you can learn more information, find all those resources from Project Rise at their website, projectrise.net. That is projectrise.net. And so, Sarah, is there also a physical location for your organization? Are people able to have in-person consultation with those that are involved with your organization, or is all the resources online?
So all the resources at the moment is online, but we are working to establish a business location because we would love that interpersonal relationship. And of course, we're open to, meeting at, your local Starbucks or your local small business. We're open to that. But right now, at the moment, Project Rise is virtual with the hopes of becoming in physical location soon.
And so, Sierra, obviously donations are critical to any nonprofit, to any charity that is looking to continue to do their work going forward. But on top of financial support that can be provided to your organization, what are some other ways that people can help Project Rise do the great things that it does to help people figure out a way to get themselves out of a situation of financial hardship that often is not to any wrongdoing of their own?
Yeah, so one way, it's many free ways for people to support us in our efforts. You can word of mouth, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, shout it from the rooftops. Anything to get that conversation going. You also can follow us on all our social media platforms. You can also wear our merchandise, which is actually hosted through Closed Talk, another nonprofit. Just really just word of mouth, just whatever gets the conversation started. That's how people can support us. And then always volunteer if you have expertise in grant writing or hosting a financial literacy webinar, whatever it is, we can certainly use it. And it's all, free and it's easy to do. So that can definitely support us in our efforts.
We're joined by Sierra Devoe, the executive director and the founder of Project Rise. You can learn more information by visiting their website at projectrise.net or by visiting sharedetroit.org, clicking on the Find a Nonprofit on their homepage, and then searching for Project Rise. There you'll be able to find, of course, information about their website, how you can get in contact with them, how you can call them, as well as other helpful details such as their wish lists for some helpful items and volunteer opportunities as well. Sierra, just another minute or so with you before we'll say goodbye today. Anything else at this time that would be important for our audience to know or to keep in mind about Project Rise?
Honestly, no. Everything I think was truly captured in what Project Rise is. I think if anyone just want to reach out, please do not be hesitant. If you just think, oh, I'm just too much in a mess, or oh, no, my finances will never get right. Still just reach out. We're non-judgmental. We definitely start where you are. Please do not feel ashamed or feel, as if we will judge you, because we won't. Just come on down and we'll get started.
Well, Sarah, we thank you very much for joining us and providing some more information on this great resource that's available for people that may be in a situation of financial hardship, living paycheck to paycheck, whatever their situation may be. This information can be critical to them building their future and, as you said, achieving that American dream that was promised to them under certain circumstances, but is often not achieved under those circumstances despite that promise. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.